So this year looks like it's going to be a pretty good year for movies. There's quite a few that I'm actually genuinely excited about. So this is in no particular order. I'll have the timestamps down below if you want to skip to a particular section. So a lot of these don't have an official release date yet, but it says it's coming out this year, so we'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, let's start it off with number 10, Ballerina. So Ballerina is a John Wick spin-off movie starring Ana de Armas, and I think she's going to be so good in this movie. It's basically about that ballerina sort of assassin training school we see in, I think it's the second or third movie. Anyway, Keanu Reeves is going to have a small cameo role in this as well. So I have to admit, the spin-off that I saw, The Continental, the TV show, I was really unhappy about that. It didn't feel like the same world, the same universe at all. But this Ballerina movie, I think it's going to be more feeling like the same universe, the same sort of set of rules. So, and of course we have the Baba Yaga himself back, so that's going to help. So number 9, so we have a sequel slash reboot. I'm not really sure what to call this. There's conflicting articles calling it different things, but let's just call it a sequel to the 1996 Twister movie. So this movie, Twisters, is going to have none of the original cast returning from what I've heard so far. Like Bill Paxton's dead, Helen Hunt isn't returning, but her character, Jo Harding, she could have a daughter that continues to study tornadoes. Like Kiernan Shipka is on board for this movie, and she looks like someone who could be the daughter of Jo Harding. We also have Glenn Powell. I know him from that underrated TV show Scream Queens, and he's also been in a movie that just came out, Anyone But You, that I didn't see because it's not my cup of tea, but I think he's a good comedic actor, so maybe he'll be in this to add that comedy, because the original definitely had comedy and it had amazing special effects. They were really practical effects, and it stands up to this day. It still holds up. I've seen it recently and it honestly looks better than a lot of the things that are coming out these days. Like Into the Storm is a more recent tornado movie that didn't look anywhere near as good as Twister, even though it came out in 1996 and Into the Storm came out much later. So yeah, I really hope they continue that and not just make it another CGI fest, but we'll have to wait and see. So number 8 is Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. So I have to admit, I wasn't a huge fan of Ghostbusters Afterlife. Like, it was still a lot better than this movie. Not that that's really hard to beat. But anyway, I feel like this one, the trailer got me really excited. I like the look of it. I like that it's set back in New York City again, so I'm excited for it. So number 7 is The Crow. So we're getting a reboot, reimagining, whatever you want to call it, of The Crow. So this is a movie from the 90s that it's sort of like, I don't know how to say it. It's got like Queen of the Damned vibes, if you've ever seen that. It's about like this gothic sort of story of a man who comes back from the dead to avenge his wife who was murdered, and it's going to star Bill Skarsgård as Eric Draven, which I think is going to be a really good fit. So it's a bit weird watching the original movie from the 90s, which starred Bruce Lee's son Brandon Lee, because he actually died during the making of the movie when a gun accidentally went off. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they redo that with a more modern update on it. So let me know if you've seen that movie. I feel like not a lot of people have even heard of it. So number 6 is The Watchers. So The Watchers is M. Night Shyamalan's daughter's directorial debut. So she is very heavily inspired by her father, obviously, because this feels very much like a Shyamalan movie. It stars Dakota Fanning, and it's about a girl that breaks down in the forest and is stalked by these creatures that live in the forest. And we haven't gotten any trailers or anything, so there's not really a lot to go off, but based on what I've heard, it's reminding me of that movie, The Village, so we'll just have to wait and see. So number 5 is the Joker, Folie, Deux, however you say it. That's a movie I'm really excited for. I saw it twice, the original Joker movie, in the cinema, and that's not something I do very often. I think the only other movie in the last 2 years I've done that for is the Batman. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. I haven't really heard a lot about it. Obviously there's going to be Harley Quinn, and it'll be really interesting to see a different approach to her character than the one in Suicide Squad, which I really still want the Ayer cut of the original Suicide Squad movie. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited for this. So number 4 is The Karate Kid. So this is going to be a sequel to the original movie starring Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan. So they're going to reprise their characters from that movie. And I don't think there's going to be any crossover into the Cobra Kai universe, which I understand why they're doing that, but I have to admit I would love to see William Zabka in this movie because I'm a huge fan of his. He's the big reason why I loved Cobra Kai. I loved his character in it. So yeah, I can't wait for season 6 to finally come out. But yeah, even if there's no crossover with those, I'm still really excited for a Karate Kid movie. And I think that it seems like it's very optimistic for it to come out this year because they just released the casting announcements, like they're looking for a kid to play the Karate Kid. So they're still in the process of casting, so I don't know why it says it will be out this year. That seems like a huge rush, but anyway, so yeah. And number 3 is Nosferatu. This is a remake of a movie from the 1920s, which was based on the story of Dracula. And I'm really hoping that this will actually make vampires scary again, because we had a few vampire movies last year, like The Last Voyage of the Demeter, we had Renfield. Neither of them was scary. So this looks like it could be. It's starring Bill Skarsgård, and I think he's great casting. He's in the other gothic sort of horror style movie that we just talked about, The Crow, and now he's going to be in this, and he really pulls off those sort of roles well. I just watched him recently in Castle Rock, and he played a prisoner in Shawshank Prison, and he did such a good job. If you don't know, that's a TV show based on Stephen King's works, and he's also obviously Pennywise, and he lost a lot of weight for the Castle Rock role, and now he's apparently lost a lot of weight for this role as well, so I like that he's really dedicated to his roles. And he's actually played a vampire before on Hemlock Grove, where he followed in the blood-soaked footsteps of his older brother, who also played a black wife beater wearing a vampire in True Blood. So yeah, there's quite a bit of similarity there. But anyway, this has so many things that I love. The director, Robert Eggers, I think he was phenomenal in The Northman, and that starred Alexander Skarsgård, who is Bill's older brother, and he was meant to be in that movie as well. And Robert Eggers is just such a great director when it comes to detail and just really bringing a certain period or style to life. And I obviously love Bill. He's just the Scream King. Then we have the Gothic style. So there's just so many things that I love in one movie. We've got Willem Dafoe in it as well, so he's obviously a great actor. The problem I have is that Anya Taylor-Joy was cast as the leading woman, and I thought she was perfect. She starred alongside Alexander Skarsgård in The Northman. She was so good in that, and in Last Night in Soho, she's my Scream Queen, so having her and Bill together was just perfect. But then they replaced her, I'm not sure why, but with Lily Rose Depp, which is a huge downgrade. Nothing against her personally, but everything I've seen her in, she just can't act. So either way, hopefully she doesn't have a large role in it, though she's the leading lady, so I'm pretty sure she does, but I'm still excited for this. Number 2 is Deadpool 3. So what do I really need to say about this? It's Deadpool. He's hilarious. I can't wait to see it. So number 1 is Civil War. So this is a movie that looks like it could be predicting times to come. It looks like it's going to be a really interesting movie. It's basically about a future dystopian America where we're in, why did I say we? I'm Australian. They are in a civil war. So yeah, it looks interesting. I'm morbidly curious what it will look like. So let me know your top 10 or what movies you're excited for this year down below. Please like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. It really helps me out. Thank you.